cosmic secrets revealed. Beyond time, beyond space, beyond imagination.
The Earth spins silently beneath our feet, completing one full rotation every 24 hours. It's the reason we have day and night, sunrise and sunset, the very heartbeat of our planet. This constant, silent motion is something we take for granted, a fundamental law of our existence. But what if it suddenly stopped? What would happen to life, the oceans, and even time itself? Let's explore the chilling consequences of a world without spin. Right now, even as you sit watching this, you're spinning at over 1,600 kilometers per hour if you're near the equator. That's faster than a commercial jet plane. You can't feel this incredible speed because everything around you, the air, the buildings, the very ground you're on, is moving along with you. It's like being in a car on the highway. As long as the speed is constant, you feel perfectly still. But imagine that car instantly hitting a brick wall. The car stops, but you don't. You'd be thrown forward at the car's original speed. Now, scale that up to a planetary level. If the Earth's rotation stopped instantly, the result would be unimaginably catastrophic. Everything not securely anchored to the planet's bedrock would continue flying eastward at over 2,600 kilometers per hour due to inertia. People, animals, buildings, trees, topsoil, everything would be scoured from the surface and launched into a chaotic globe-spanning debris storm. It would be an extinction event on a scale beyond comprehension. Let's visualize that first devastating impact. The atmosphere, which is also spinning with the planet, would become a superstorm of unimaginable force. We're not talking about a hurricane. We're talking about global winds moving faster than the speed of sound. Entire cities would be flattened in an instant, pulverized into dust. The oceans, carrying immense momentum, would surge across the continents. These wouldn't be normal tsunamis. They would be colossal waves, thousands of meters high, washing over everything and reshaping the world's geography in a matter of hours. The sheer kinetic energy released would heat the planet, boiling the very oceans that were just moments before destroying the land. It would be the most violent, destructive event in the entire history of Earth, one that absolutely no species could survive. It would be a planetary reset button pressed with brutal finality. The atmosphere itself would become an instrument of destruction. Still spinning around a now stationary planet, these 1,600 km/h winds would generate friction on an epic scale. The friction against the surface would be so intense that it would literally sandblast mountains down to their roots. Forests would be ripped apart and ignited by the sheer heat, creating global firestorms. The sky would glow red-hot as the air molecules were superheated. The very air we need to breathe would become a deadly, scorching inferno, incinerating anything that might have miraculously survived the initial cataclysm. Earth's surface would be sterilized, scoured clean by wind and fire, leaving behind a barren, scorched rock. But what if the stop wasn't so abrupt? Let's imagine a gentler scenario, where the Earth gradually slowed to a halt over thousands of years. The initial catastrophe would be avoided, but the world would transform into something utterly alien. As the planet's rotation slowed, the centrifugal force that bulges the equator would weaken. Water, no longer held in place, would begin to migrate toward the poles. Over millennia, this would create two massive superoceans covering the polar regions, while the land around the equator would emerge from the receding seas. This would form a single continuous supercontinent, a dry equatorial ring circling the entire planet. Days and nights would stretch into agonizing lengths. A single day would last for half a year, followed by a night of equal duration. The side of the Earth facing the sun would bake under relentless sunlight for months, with temperatures soaring high enough to boil water. It would be an endless, scorching desert. Meanwhile, the other side of the planet would be plunged into a 6-month-long night, a frozen wasteland where temperatures would plummet to extreme cryogenic lows. Life as we know it, which depends on the rapid cycle of day and night, would be impossible in these extreme zones of fire and ice. The consequences would extend far beyond the climate. Earth's rotation is what generates our magnetic field, a vital invisible shield that protects us from harmful solar radiation and cosmic rays. Without this rotation, the liquid iron core would cease to be a dynamo. The magnetic field would collapse. The beautiful auroras, the northern and southern lights, would vanish forever. More critically, our planet would be left defenseless. Deadly radiation from the sun and deep space would bombard the surface, making it inhospitable for most forms of life. Even our fundamental concept of time would break down. The 24-hour cycle, the rhythm that has governed life for eons, would be gone. There would only be eternal day and endless night. How would societies function? How would we measure our lives? The steady tick-tock of our planet would fall silent, replaced by a stark, unending duality of light and dark. In this new, stationary Earth, where could life possibly exist? The only hope might be in the twilight zone, the narrow strip of land between the scorching day side and the frozen night side. This region, also known as the Terminator Line, would be in a state of perpetual twilight. Here, temperatures might be just right for liquid water and, potentially, for life to cling on. Any surviving human civilization would have to become nomadic on a planetary scale. They would have to endlessly migrate to stay within this habitable twilight zone, constantly moving to escape the advancing, blistering heat of the sun or the encroaching, deadly cold of the night. It would be a world defined by survival, not progress. A constant, desperate chase following the eternal sunset. Humanity would be reduced to a tribe of wanderers on a planet that had lost its rhythm. The Earth's rotation is so much more than just motion. It's the source of balance, rhythm, and stability for the entire world we call home. It dictates our days, drives our weather, and shields us from the harshness of space. It's the silent engine that makes our planet a living, breathing oasis in the cosmos. So the next time you watch the sun rise, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey you are on. Remember that you're riding a magnificent planet, spinning through the cosmos at an incredible speed. And it is this very motion that keeps our world and everything on it alive. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this journey through a hypothetical apocalypse as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the wonders and what-ifs of our universe.